Today's episode is brought to you by the U.S. Army.
Hello, ScreenJunkies! Welcome to Honest Trailer Commentaries. I'm trying out something new. Let me. No, I like episode 500 of this show.
Is that your new?
Hey! I'm watching commentaries, mother.
Yes, we are. That's Joe Starr, stage right to my right. Stage left? Stage. I don't know.
That is stage right. Mm-hmm. It is the direction. If you were looking out at the audience, then stage right is the right of the stage.
Thank you, Dan. Someone, you shot a lot of theater.
I was a techie.
Yeah.
In high school.
And you're on my left.
Yes, I am.
So carry around a Gerber then all the time, little tool.
No, I was in the booth.
Oh, nice.
Got much of it. Yeah.
Nice. In addition to what we've done in our past, this show is about the Honest Trailer. You hopefully just watched Ready Player One. If you stick around to the end, you'll see our little box of tricks, what we cut out of the episode. This one was live tested before a Comic-Con audience, so the things that they didn't laugh at, you'll get to see at the end of this trailer.
That is always a very harrowing experience.
The live ones?
Yeah.
I think it's very helpful because
it's super fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't...
There's always that moment where you just, before the first laugh, where you're like, this could just go poorly.
This could be real bad. Yeah, but like I'm actually grateful for them because if a joke bombs, it's like we still have about a week or so to fix it. So I'm gonna go be our canary, be our dead canary in that coal mine.
ScreenJunkies fans. Yeah. Dead birds.
That's the kind of show we promise to put on. You may die of what killed the canary in the coal mine anyways? Was it methane? Gas? Yeah.
Methane gas.
Just gas.
Or giant spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
usually
eight-legged freaks.
Oh yeah, that was in a mine too.
Yeah, that was
one of the all-time great mine
Yeah,
movies.
with a kid dirt biking around in the mine.
It's got to be. Was the Goonies in a mine or just a regular cave?
Just a
like
cave.
a regular cave.
Yeah.
There was a well, wasn't it? Didn't they go down a well?
It started in a well.
Yeah, it started in a well. Started at the bottom. Now it's a well.
A Lord of the Rings had a good cave scene.
Well, that was a mine.
That was a mine. Well, several mines and caves.
Yep.
If it seems like we're just listing random pop culture references, it's because we're talking about Ready Player One this week, where you're seeing the movie in action.
Yeah.
Remember this?
Mm-hmm. I'll admit it.
Jump in.
I liked this movie by far the most of the three of us.
Yes.
I think you did.
You're in the middle.
Joe, you hated it, and
Yes.
This is just the way truth works. The middle is always the correct course of action, no matter how atrocious one side or the other is. The middle's always the right answer,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we've all come to.
Yeah, definitely. Keep the ship just going, kind of. Yeah, you're. Yep.
Anyways, we are at risk of getting dangerously off topic.
Oh boy!
Again,
I did.
Look, I didn't hate this movie, but I also didn't find it as repellent as a lot of other people. Joe, why did you hate this so much?
I didn't find it repellent, but
you stopped.
Okay, about 10 minutes in, I paused the movie and just turned to you and went,
I hate this.
Yeah, I don't know. It at no point did that Spielberg wonder really ever kick in for me. No, I know there was the big chase scenes, but I just sort of felt like I was watching Final Fantasy cutscenes at times.
I mean, those are pretty good.
I mean, yeah, they are. They really are.
But that movie was boring. The Spirits Within. I remember getting really excited for that. Finally, a feature-length cutscene, and it was boring.
I feel like not seeing it on the big screen it's one of these cases where it does you a disservice because I thought that chase scene was classic Spielberg. As far as just knowing how to stage an action scene and just I love that's maybe my favorite part of the movie. That and the other part that Joe paused and went, ugh, and I looked at the screen and it was my other favorite part of this movie, which was the Shining thing. Which I loved, and Joe was like, "Oh God, check this out!" I'm like, "Yeah, that's my favorite part of the movie."
I'm really well. A couple things. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Well, I was gonna say, it's not that the action is staged poorly. I think it lacks, or for me, lacked the other things that make Spielberg action, or really any good action scene, sort of step above. Caring about the people that are in it, and being invested in the storyline that the action is trying to tell, and I just didn't.
Didn't like Parzival?
I didn't
like
yeah,
Artemis?
me and
Didn't
P.
like
I
H?
didn't care about P. I didn't care about his adventures in the Oculus, or powering up.
Yeah.
I just the whole thing as a whole, it was a big uphill battle for me as soon as I was sort of plugged in, and I was like, they gotta control the, well, okay, fine.
So yeah, I read the book years ago.
I've never read the book.
It's fine. It's like it's a popcorn book. It's like a summer beach read for boys. It's
Got
just
it.
like, oh, that was fun. I like Rush references. I'm a sucker for that. Which they did not
How
have
did they
enough
have no
of.
Rush? Yeah.
There was barely any Rush. I
They
think there was like
needed
a
Rush.
poster or a T-shirt, but Rush
I knew
was
that
very
it was
heavy.
supposed to be a lot more 70s and 80s heavy. It seemed like the 90s did up a little
They
more.
90s to
Spielberg
2000s. Yeah.
wouldn't let him use a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
Because he didn't.
One of the race didn't exist. That wasn't a challenge. That was invented for the movie. And the other key challenge that didn't make it in the movie was quoting all of Matthew Broderick's lines from War Games from memory.
Yes.
And I really wish instead of The Shining that the whole movie had just stopped and had become War Games, but the CGI Matthew Broderick just quoting every single line.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's
the
the
challenge.
challenge.
Was you find yourself inside War Games, but you are him, and you need to do every
You just
single
have
line.
to do the movie?
You just have
Yeah.
to do the movie. Which would have been a really good second act, I think, is just War Games.
Just a money saver.
Yeah,
Definitely. Play War Games for 5 minutes.
That's in a book?
it's in a book.
Cool.
Well, no,
Okay.
they don't obviously do every line
I know,
from War
but
Games.
that would have been
but-
incredible. If like you turn the page and it literally
Just becomes the screenplay.
It switches to screenplay format. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
That would have been better to me than the tests that there were, because I think, especially with gamers, here's where the premise became difficult for me, because the puzzles were ridiculously shallow. Because gamers, especially like really hardcore programmers, it's like Gunters, but pro gamers. Oh God. They just immediately want to break a game. And so the idea that he's the first person to ever just drive backwards in that race, like bother, like
After
the first time I
years of
played
millions
Mario,
of
the
people
first thing I
failing.
did was I was like left.
Yeah.
And then Mario went this far
Like
and
someone
no
would
further.
do it
and
by
I went,
accident.
Okay. Yeah, someone would do it by accident or something. So, he was the first person to just keep watching that one video of video game Willy Wonka until he talked about Bill and Ted.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I guess my issues are broader in a sense, where it was a really interesting world to set a movie in, and I thought it was like very applicable to our present day situation in a lot of ways, and it was like a really cool portrait of where we might be going, and then they didn't really deal with it enough. It was like, for me, it was a reverse Matrix sequel, where it's like, I actually wanted them to spend more time out of the Oasis, less time at virtual shopping. I was so curious about, like, wow, how are they going to use what's in here to cure what's out there? And it was like basically a throwaway line in the epilogue of like, you get Tuesdays off now. And it was like, oh,
Cool.
credits.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Tuesdays
Oh,
and
yeah, you're right,
Thursdays.
you're right, yeah.
Like, oh, but everyone's still poisoned, and like, and now it's just you replaced the.
Everyone still lives in shipping
shadowy
containers.
trillionaires with kids.
No ads, though.
No ads.
No ads.
No ads.
Uh-huh.
I feel like we could talk about this movie a lot. Should we? Or should we keep talking, or should we watch a trailer?
I guess we should watch the trailer.
Let's watch the trailer and see what
Update
happens.
your timestamps
Yeah.
so that we can delete them from the comments.
I said please 3 times. Thank you for being so polite.
Yeah, usually they say like F you.
In a world where every movie is based on pre-existing books, comics, and video games, watch the snake of nerd culture devour its own tail. In a movie based on a pre-existing book, based on pre-existing movies, comics, and video games. So this is how imagination dies, with thunderous applause. Ready Player One. Enter the Oasis, a virtual world that lets you be anything you want. From a Navi who joined a boy band
I like
to the
these.
love child
This
of
is
David
Spencer.
Bowie and Admiral Akbar,
These are very
where you
accurate.
can see, hear, and feel everything that happens.
Well, pause.
But since you can
Pause. We actually don't know that those characters aren't
Already in the Oasis.
unoriginal. Well, the thing is that
Oh,
there
gotcha.
are like 20 or 30 years of pop culture between today and the era that this movie takes place in. So
That's true. They could be the.
Parzival might be a cereal mascot.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, we
about
don't
to
know
come
that.
out.
That's true.
That's something really interesting they could have done, was like you could almost commentate. Jesus, I'm still so tired from San Diego Comic-Con. You could almost comment on our pop culture obsessions today by just inventing.
Yeah, they could have done
two or
a Back
three
to the
more
Future
decades
too,
worth
like a was it Jaws 3D or something like that? Like where were the?
But I thought that was part of the message of the movie was the fact that there was no new pop culture, and that's what part of the problem was.
Part of the problem, sure.
They completely ceased to advance. They were only caught in things from the past, and there was no innovation. No one was paying attention to the world in front of them, so it was a stagnant culture.
I mean, it was, to me it was, but then that was also sort of undercut, and maybe we'll get into it later, because it was like, that was by mandate of the reclusive 80s geek who was like, you need to know everything I'm into, which is the 80s and 90s, to have a chance at being a king or whatever. So he kind of froze it in place by being like, you need to look at everything I used to look at and honor everything I think is valuable.
Isn't that exactly what every studio executive is doing right now? Look at the box office charts. But
I think
literally
that it's not like because Bob Iger, loves Disney. I think he's just bending over backwards to give the people what they want, whether.
But it's
they
an
want it or
interesting
not.
look at it though, because he's, I mean, he is like very honored and everyone's really obsessed with him. And maybe the movie doesn't hit it hard enough, but I do damn like the idea that like they're stuck in this because this guy was stuck in his own Arrested Development and that wasn't good for him and therefore like not good for his creation.
Right. And I think in the book, like Gunther's are.
Every time I hear I just think of the penguin from Adventure Time. Gunther.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a dwindling group of people as time goes on, and no one's making any progress. Like it's only a dedicated few people who still, know every word to, Manos Hands of Fate or whatever, whatever crap the guy was into.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
And feel everything that happens. But since you control it by running on a treadmill in a skin-tight bodysuit, the whole experience probably smells like ass.
there's no
Dude, you
nose
should
guard.
really air out that van. I mean, crack a window or something. Clan up with 5 Easter egg hunters who lack the self-awareness to not call themselves Gunters.
Gunters.
Gunter.
Gunters, as in egg hunters.
There's Parzival and Artemis, star-crossed lovers hiding a tragic secret that underneath their hot online avatars, they're both hot offline real people. But she's got a birthmark. Oh, a faint discoloration on her face, and you can barely see it in most lighting? No, the humanity. No, look away. It's so horrible. I'm gonna be sick. Joining them.
I saw this at lucky to see this at a critic screening next to Roth Cornett. And there's a part where he says something like, of course I like you. And she just looks at me. She just goes, yeah, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I think of just like the idea of, and I remember before this movie came out, I was just like, I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna cast the Hollywood people into these roles, and they didn't do it quite as bad as I thought they might. But because he's a little, they make him up to be a little, I don't know if it's padding or if he actually gained a little weight, but he's not like super lean, and he looks like an average,
he's out
pretty
of, like,
average
Vampire
guy.
Diaries.
Yeah. But in the book, he's got acne and he gains a lot of weight over the course of it, and everybody's sort of much more average, and they really sanded the edges of that off for this movie, but. That for this one was just like it's a nice message, but at the same time, like you could tell they're like, but it can't be too much. we have to put someone on the poster. Well, I think that I would have admired if they had really.
I know. I don't think that this movie would have been any worse for it.
No, I don't think it would have been, and I think it might have served even more positive to some people instead of this, which is like it felt like lip service, if I'm being honest, to the book. And again, in most shots, it's not even they keep her hair over it, or it's not that noticeable. And I
Or
do
it looks
feel
like she has a sweet tat.
Yeah,
Right. It looks like she did that herself to look, like Kano from Mortal Kombat or something like
or
that.
Domino.
Like,
I don't know. I felt like they could have. They had the license to do it, maybe a little more realistically, but that's just me.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect film.
No, you can't. You have a floor of attractiveness you have to be above to be in a movie.
I guess so.
I remember someone who had read the book before casting had come out, said that they were hoping that the girl that played Bev in Stranger Things was going to play her.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Justice.
Justice for Bev.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been better.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Moving
Hey.
on.
I'm gonna be sick.
He does a
Joining
good
them
Gretch.
is Age,
Yes, he
who
does.
hides the fact that she's a girl by talking like this.
See, you gotta be more careful about who you meet in the Oasis.
Daito, the Japanese martial artist who in reality is a Japanese martial artist. And Sho, the gamer no one can believe is an 11-year-old boy, even though everyone who's ever beat you in Halo ends up being an 11-year-old boy.
They sound 11.
So wait, you can meet
Yeah, they
anything
do.
you want, and they all went
distressing.
with slight exaggerations of themselves? Come on. Be a 10-foot-tall bag of Funyuns, a talking raptor,
Alan.
a cloud made of microscopic
Not so
Stevie
hidden.
Shimmies. Do something creative.
Now,
Watch
pause.
out.
That's kind of a self-own because all those things we listed are already existing IPs.
Yes.
True, but they're slight twists on.
They're just more obscure references, so we're
Yes.
really no better than anyone else.
No. Although I would have liked if H was a 10-foot-tall bag of
Bag of
Funyuns.
Funyuns.
Yeah, that would have been
The whole
really-
movie.
that would've-
Yeah.
With the mouth. Shoots Funyuns at people. Yeah.
I really wanted 500-foot tall Oprah from Wrinkle in Time to just be charging
that
into
would've
battle
Oh, that would have been amazing.
with the leaf Pokemon.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
I would have liked that
great.
too.
Oh,
Leaf
well.
monster, Reese Witherspoon,
Yes.
flying in behind her. That's what the Oasis would really be like, is Wrinkle in Time, right?
No, it'd be just dicks.
Yeah, it's nothing.
be
but-
flying
it's
dildos.
Just dicks and jizz.
Yeah, that's true.
Just a barracks of dicks and jizz.
V for Vendetta masks
Yeah.
and dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, keep going.
That's the
Shimmies,
internet.
do something creative. Watch out for the evil CEO, Nolan Sorrento, who's got an evil plan to use the Oasis to make money.
Pause. Can
As
we
a-
pause real quick? I forgot about his chair. How does it work? How does the game work?
How does he run?
How does he
Yeah.
run? Because some people have a whole treadmill. At the end, he's in the van like with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon wire work attached to him.
Yeah.
Some people like
There's different input. It's like a PC. Like you can play with a gamepad, keyboard and mouse, VR trooper headset or whatever.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
feel like it's just
That's
different peripherals.
that's
Yeah.
a fair enough explanation.
That's the executive sharper image Brookstone deluxe
Yeah.
massage
Got
launch
it.
tickling chair.
okay. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I'd have that one. That one looks comfy.
Oasis to make money, as opposed to the current CEO who uses the Oasis to make money.
I bought all these power-ups for this challenge, and I lost it all.
I need one of those.
Okay, don't spend all your money.
Now, these Gunters must find 3 keys to win control of the Oasis, hidden by an awkward Willy Wonka. Using their video game skills, pop culture knowledge,
It's based on the best-selling book by Stephen King, who hated the movie.
and what they probably could have guessed just by looking at him.
His biggest fear was kissing a girl.
Because in this world, the best people to run a trillion-dollar company are the biggest snobs at a Comic-Con.
A fanboy knows a
That played
hater.
well at
See,
Comic-Con.
Mom? I'm not wasting
it
my life. You go to night school.
That
Do
was a
you
point
like
that I didn't
references?
take a pause. Is they have no business acumen, and they are now the
It
core
doesn't matter, Dan.
co-owners.
They're real gamers. They're real fans. This is the
It's true.
ultimate.
They know a hater.
Yeah. This is the ultimate fan service movie, just general fan service, because this tells you that being a fan makes you better than everybody else.
Yeah.
Not just being a fan, knowing things.
I'm just saying it would be so easy to embezzle money from that company now because
Yeah. Oh, they're
nobody is
so-
keeping the books at Gregarious Games. No,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
not sitting there,
Yeah.
overlooking the mergers with whatever. I don't want to know the complicated mergers that had to go to license the IP so that any single one of them of all time could be used as an avatar.
Oh,
in
they're
the-
definitely
in the
like some like
Oasis.
crooked CFO is gonna come up to them and like do the right Fortnite dance and like know
Yeah.
all the words to like bare naked
but he
ladies
seems
one
cool.
week, and they're like, yeah,
seems cool.
You seem
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, I mean, because Simon Pegg is looking after it, but he's not going to be there forever.
No, he's on his way out.
he's on
Yeah,
his way
he's
out.
old
He's an
now.
older man.
By the way, him with an American accent. That
I didn't
shook
even
me up.
notice it was him until you pointed out. I was like, what?
I mean,
Really
that's
shook me up.
surprising. Was like the American voice really? You became face blind to Simon Pegg
Yes,
completely?
completely.
Really?
Completely.
I didn't become
just
face
thought-
blind. I just got uncanny valley.
Yeah, it was like there's something I know this person, but well, whatever. I guess he's just some character actor. And then you said Simon Pegg, and it all the coffee cup dropped.
The mug dropped.
It said
But I mean, it's not
Simon
like he
Pegg
was
at the
in prosthetics the
bottom.
voice. He's like
No, it was
Just
just,
Simon
the
Pegg.
voice.
Accent. It was the
It was
accent.
just the voice.
Yeah.
It was so weird. He might as well have been giving a child a bell on the Polar Express. Like, he was so weird to me with that voice.
That's
that accent.
just bizarre to me. It's like, because if Tom Hanks walked up to me and was like, "Hello, Governor," I would be like, "Who are you?"
No, I'd have no idea who that was. Who was this?
Well,
Englishman?
that's the thing with my whole like British actor theory thing. Like, they can all do American and Texas as hell
Well,
and pass
can they,
for
though?
it. Most of them can, but we can't. None of us can. Like, it doesn't work the other way around. It's like the closest we've gotten is like Renee Zellweger. So it doesn't work for Tom
Robert
Hanks.
Downey Jr. has a really good one.
So wait,
Yeah,
so like
okay.
when Renee Zellweger was in Bridget Jones's Diary, did you watch that and go like, "Who is that?"
No, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't work the other way around. But like
I think
Simon
it-
Pegg
no, I
can do a
think
solid American
British
accent.
you
I'm
not
like, I don't know who
recognize-
that guy is.
British people get off the hook for this a lot, actors, and it's like, well, actually, no, that guy's Australian. Never mind. Charlie Hunnam.
Like, did you watch Doctor
his
Strange
is
and be like,
bad.
"Who is this guy? Wow, I've never seen him before."
Small exception.
I don't know. It's just so weird to me that you would like.
He sounded
see
American. He just sounded like that Will Ferrell character that can't control the sound of his voice.
Jacob,
Oh, I thought you were doing a Dalek.
something. Yeah.
Small exception.
Small exception.
By British Murder Robot does
Jacob
stand-up
Zilch, I
comedy.
think it
Thanks,
was.
Mr.
Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Okay, good.
I'm
What?
sorry. It's just I'll move on. It just baffles me that the voice was that different that you couldn't recognize.
He also
Simon
got old,
Pegg's
or he's wearing
face.
a sweater vest. He just didn't look Simon Peggish to me. There's something
All
off
right,
about
that's
him.
fair.
We'll see a shot of him later.
Well, he's in the old age
pick it
makeup
apart.
then.
Yes. Yeah. What? What?
JT says it makes no sense.
You make no sense, JT. Now play the trailer.
Do you like references?
Oh, yeah.
You better, because this movie's got more references than a Big Bang Theory episode about the Justice League challenging
There
the
was a
Avengers
version
to
where
an
you were
anime
just gonna
edition of
list them
Trivial
all.
Pursuit,
Yeah.
full of obvious
Audio.
nerd touchstones.
Batman. Holy hand grenade. 俺はガンダムで行く。
No Gundam.
Oddly
People in the
specific late
audience.
90s stuff.
Okay. All right. Am I being punked? You still have enough to pay for that something about Mary hairdo.
GoldenEye.
Playing as?
Odd job.
And an extended sequence
I mean,
that
pause.
asks,
Just for, just to like put this in context, this is all 80s and 90s stuff that they're into. The year is 2040. Subtract 50, 60 years from 2040 to get to the 80s. Is my math right?
Ish.
So 50 or 60 years ago,
Halliday was growing up in the 80s.
right. But I'm just saying for us, it would be like if we were huge nerds of what, the 60s? Right?
Like if we
do
just
my math for me.
loved Elvis
If we
Beach
just-
movies.
Yeah, if we just loved. Is it 70? Wait, okay.
It's us. It would basically be like if we invented the Oasis and stocked them with our favorite things. What would it be?
Which would be like Elvis and Beach Boys.
Well, no. 'cause
I'm just doing the time gap. I'm just saying it's
Oh,
weird
if it
have-
happened today.
If it happened today, these people in the future are so nostalgic for something 50, 60 years ago. If we were nostalgic for 50, 60 years ago, we'd be like swingers, like swing dancing.
Did
We'd
you
just
not
be an
live through the,
all-swing
did you not live
Oasis.
through the 1990s, Spencer? We were.
Yeah.
It happened. Just big squirrel nut zippers and fucking cherry poppin'
I wanna
daddies.
watch
There were riots, Spencer. Zoot suit riots.
Well, there were
Riots.
but I want to.
Pardon the F word. I apologize. That's-
Yeah, I want to go to that Oasis where it's all swingers and like bowling.
Stop calling
bowling
it swingers.
shirts.
It's so weird.
Swing
like
dancing.
tiki culture, like tiki bars. That's my Oasis.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Playing
this
as?
movie's dumb.
Odd job.
and an extended sequence that asks, what if Kubrick was so hard up for cash that he sold The Shining to Universal Studios Florida?
I'm sorry, Dan. I hated this.
Now let's go to
I'd go to,
2001 land. I want to ride the
Kubrick
Space
land.
Baby.
There was a, by the way, pause,
So-
there was a
Pause.
Shining maze at Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
And it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Cool.
I liked it.
Yeah,
So,
that-
in a way, that did come true.
Actually happened.
Yeah.
Did they do the blood thing?
No. That would require a lot of cleanup and a lot of angry people.
Yeah.
Did
So no.
yeah, did they do an Eyes Wide Shut orgy room?
Nope, just 2000, just Shining.
If there was a Kubrick land, like what else is there? Because I feel like then the Shining Blood is like a lazy river
Yeah.
that just goes around the whole park.
Ride the Space Baby.
Yeah.
Right.
right,
Well,
Space
I was gonna
Baby.
say there's like a monolith death drop. It's just they built a giant monolith at the center of it that you drop down. The like show for kids is just the duel from Barry Lyndon where his son shoots him.
Yeah.
You do a version of the Cars ride at Disney with the big wheel through the Overlook Hotel.
Yeah.
Another Shining ride.
Yeah, that'd be good. What do you do for Clockwork Orange? I guess that's just like security, or you just have roving gangs.
Yeah, just have roving gangs that beat
the milk
people
bar.
randomly.
Of course, you have the milk
Yeah,
bar.
Milk bar. Parks of Glory.
Yeah.
It's a good park.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds
Does
fun.
AI count?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An AI ride.
All right. Keep going.
That was a B- on that bit from us.
Ride along with visionary director
Still
Steven
recovering.
Spielberg as he brings his trademark wonder to a tale of an America in chaos, where we ignore our problems by using recycled pop culture as an escape, and only take action when our corporate overlords threaten to put more ads in our pay-to-win video games, while the offline world continues to slide into extreme poverty and environmental collapse. Who doesn't love a good fantasy, am I right? Good one, Steve. Starring Miles Teller, Ansel Alden Ehrenreich,
we know it's
Tyler
Ehrenreich.
Sheridan.
Yes, we know.
Yeah?
I know Tyler
Nailed
Sheridan's
it.
also wrong. It's just that
Sweet
John
Lord,
doesn't
no.
know who it is.
No, don't show it again. No, my eyes.
Careful.
Burns. Ben Mendelsohn, Age to the Isork. Oh, cool. T.J. Miller's in this. Said absolutely no one. Arthur Slugworth.
Pause.
All right.
Come on. That's not immediately reading as Simon Pegg.
Yes, it is. That's
No, it's
literally
not.
Simon Pegg's face with like 2 wrinkles added to it. Like that is.
You're a huge Pegman.
I am a Pegman. Yes, that is true.
That guy could totally be a Downton Abbey troublemaker, like a Lord Grantham's.
You think it's Hugh Bonneville?
Ex-footman who's he's got a chamber full of secrets.
I'll grant you, okay, the old age makeup, but like he literally is in the movie as
I know.
himself currently.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's also obviously Simon Pegg.
He's not dressed how Simon Pegg usually.
Now, for me, he's
How
normal
do you
looking.
know how Simon Pegg usually dresses?
Just based on, I'm only going off for Shaun of the Dead. That's
You
the
think he
only
always
movie
wears a
reference.
white dress shirt with a
Yes.
red tie?
Yeah, I see that more than I see him. I have Simon Pegg face blindness.
For me, he looks like Simon Pegg right now because he's not speaking. But if he was just talking in his American accent as Simon Pegg, I'd lose him.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd just lose him.
All right, anyways,
Slugworth.
settle that.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pop regurgitation. Get good, noobs. And this guy, staring directly into the camera while he strangles Ty Sheridan.
So weird.
That's unsettling.
Strange choice.
We are VR troopers.
There's a Comic-Con crowd picked that one.
Yeah.
Holy hand grenade.
This bothered me.
Wait, this movie is 90% references, and you didn't count 1, 2, 5 before using the holy hand grenade of Antioch?
A fanboy knows a hater.
This is a bone that I have to pick with the movie was that the whole movie is about how everything that you use is based on your extensive knowledge of it, and there's no way in the world of Ready Player One that you could ever use the holy hand grenade of Antioch without counting 1, 2, 5.
Oh,
Three,
yeah,
sir.
100%. You had to do the what was the invocation from? Was it like from Excalibur or something like that magic spell that T.J. Miller had
With
to
the
do
orb,
to unlock
yeah.
that thing? Like
Yeah.
that was from Krull or some bullshit.
Yeah.
There's no way that you wouldn't have
Yeah.
to do 1, 2, 5.
There's no way that would work without having to count to 1, 2, 5. I was watching that and I was like, all right,
it
1,
comes.
2,
Here
5.
it comes.
Yeah.
Nope. And that was
Why else would
very-
the holy hand grenade of Antioch be in the movie except to do the 1, 2, 5
Well,
gag?
because then they throw it, and then I'm like, okay, well, he didn't count 1, 2, 5, so I bet it just explodes into a bunch of man-eating rabbits,
Yes.
and then the rabbits up. No, it's just a
No.
hand grenade. It's like, if you go all the way, if you're gonna do it, do the damn thing.
Yep.
If you're looking for some nerd consultants for Ready Player 2, you're looking at
We're
it.
here.
Yeah, we're here to help. Let's see what was not funny enough to go in.
Yay.
And show the gamer no one can believe is an 11-year-old boy, even though everyone who's ever beat you in Halo ends up being an 11-year-old boy.
Nice
I
custom
will
work here.
find you homework suck 69, and I will kill you.
Begging
Starring
moment.
Marty McGuy, Forrest Gant, Artemis Scowl. Not one of those fake gamer girls. Dr. Dre presents The Critic, Hall H, Helen Hunt,
Hall H.
and
Helen.
Steve Brule. Member Player 1. Actually,
that
it's
already.
about ethics and video game economics.
Stay
We
away
just
from that
didn't
one.
want to
Should've gone
step
that
on
one.
that
Don't
lane.
kick that
Here's Halliday's
beehive.
favorite first-person shooter. What?
Oh, GoldenEye.
Playing as?
Odd job.
Halliday used Oddjob?
So
No
cheap.
wonder the guy had no friends.
No.
Cheap little bastard.
No GoldenEye League worth their
killed
salt.
my mom's
Didn't have
sister.
a no odd job role.
That's called your aunt.
That was a good point, Joe. Such a weird thing to say. In the future, the word
You
aunt
killed
has
my
been
mom's
outlawed.
sister. Oh, man.
Sister-in-law? I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Strange.
Maybe. I don't know.
Cheap Little Bastard is one of my all-time favorite epic voice guy reads.
Cheap little bastard.
Cheap Little Bastard.
Yeah.
It's just that one got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a fun one to watch with a live crowd. I'd never in my wildest dreams would I have thought a Sea-Level Saban property reference would get the title.
Know your audience. Come on.
Yeah,
References.
true.
Obscure references are what we traffic in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, what this movie traffics in.
Yes, exactly.
So really...
Like, how could we sit here and criticize us? How could we sit here and criticize this movie?
Because I know when
How
I'm being
dare they
pandered to.
traffic their career
I
in
know when
making
I'm being
references to
pandered to,
outdated-
Dan. I know when they're like, we know you nerds. You're going to eat this up. And I'm like,
And
I
they
am,
did.
but I'm not happy about it. It's too obvious. Make it more subtle. Sneak it into me. Phrasing. Anyways, guys, let's just talk about our favorite Rush song, and then we'll be back next week. Joe, what do you got?
No, that's a Yes song. I immediately went to Tom Sawyer and was like, that's Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom
No,
Sawyer's
it's not.
Rush.
Tom Sawyer Rush?
Yeah.
Okay. then Tom Sawyer. then.
I
I mean, it's a lame answer, but Tom Sawyer.
Love it, Lestrangiato. Dan, what is yours?
I'll also go with Tom Sawyer.
Okay.
Just because I can't think of any. I love Rush, but I can't think of anything.
I was on a death train yesterday. My brain's gone. Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, hear more about the Death Train on next week's episode of Honest Trailer Commentaries, where we'll be doing...
We'll be exploiting your nostalgia for
Yeah.
a 1990s film that only we're the
So
ones
we're doing
that remember.
We're doing Ready Player One again?
Yeah, exactly.
We're doing it again,
We're
folks.
doing our own version of Ready Player One
Yes.
next week.
Come back next week to see how true that statement really is. Bye-bye.
Today's episode was brought to you by the U.S. Army. Find out more by clicking the link below.